The sky is falling. Almost every crypto coin in the top 100 is down. Most of them more than 20%. Even Tether is down. Hi everyone, 8-Bit Dave here, and I'm not going to go through and list every coin and give you all kinds of prices like everybody else seems to. However, the market has dropped, and honestly, it's quite shocking. There's probably a lot of people that have lost some of their paper wealth, as it used to be called, or digital wealth. Now, everybody seems to say, oh, hodl, hodl, hodl. Now, honestly, I traded stocks years ago, lost my gitch in it. I'm not a true believer in just hodling forever. I sold off a lot of my Bitcoin at 11,000, and then now I'm buying it back. Now, I was a little bit nervous when I heard that Tether would possibly have some issues, so obviously there was risk in that. But just holding on for the sake of holding isn't always the best. To be straightforward though, there is a portion that I didn't sell. So you could always do a little bit of both. I mean, throwing the baby out with the bathwater is of course never a good idea. However, to say no to profits is always a bad idea. Let's say you sold all your Bitcoin and you made whatever, 10, 20%. Well, you always walked away with your profit, so you can't complain. Now, the other thing too is I'm sure there are people out there who find this a big problem. Well, I actually think the price drop is good overall, because I first got into Bitcoin closer to the end of 2014, and I didn't actually buy any until the early part of December 2015, and even then I was for the most part just mining in small amounts. And back then you would go on the Bitcoin Talk forums and you would read, and it was an exciting time. The next platform was out, and it was the first kind of decentralized, place where you could issue tokens and have markets. And then they were talking about Ethereum back then too, and there was so much new innovation coming out, and that's what it was about. Like, sure, some people were making a few bucks here and there, but my recollection of that time, and perhaps it's skewed by the passage of time, is it was about the technology, not about straight up gouging for profits and seeing what kind of money you could make. And I feel that having dropped out of the whole crypto game for a while and then coming back into it in this last few months, I kind of feel like it's different. Everybody's just chasing some ICO. And I remember back in 2015, if someone was issuing something where it was 100% pre-mined, we'd call them out on it. And today, it's the norm, and it's just everybody's trying to make a quick buck. Well, honestly, all those people that are trying to make a quick buck, I don't feel any sympathy. Like, if you want to be in this game, you should be in it for the right reasons. And there's plenty of other things you could invest in. You don't have to pick crypto, lose your gitch, and then complain to regulators saying you lost your gitch on scams, and then just bring more regulation. Honestly, if you're here to lose money and speculate, you might as well take off. What I noticed too, you had several big guys in the last few months pump millions and millions of dollars into it. Well, what do you think's going to happen? This is the same game they play in the stock market. They pump and dump, and they do it on huge levels, much larger than was ever done in Bitcoin's past. Don't forget, there's other things you could speculate on. You got gold coins, silver coins. You could buy Wayne Gretzky's rookie card and hold on to that. Hodl it all you want. So I feel this shakeout in the long run is going to be a good thing, because those who are here about the tech. I mean, look at the next platform. Yeah, maybe it's not as programmable as Ethereum, but it came out and its initial ICO was so small, but yet look at what it accomplished. How many different tokens were developed off of that, and now there's the Ardor. The tech's going to continue with or without the speculation, and honestly, the tech is what makes it great. So, for myself personally, as someone who's not just chasing money, as I do this for a hobby, I mine for a hobby, I mine new coins, and I spend time reading and trying to support things that are on the smaller side. I think overall that this is great, and I look forward to seeing where the bottom finally is, if that's 4,000 or 3,000, or even if it was 1,000. The fact is the technology is still proving itself, and a little bit of instability and volatility isn't the end of things. This technology is still in its infancy and it's still in the beginning. So what you decide to do with your cryptocurrency or your tokens is it's always going to be up to you. I'm not a financial advisor, and don't take anything I say as advice, but if you're holding on to some garbage or shit coins, it's time to drop them. You know, put them in their grave, have a drink of wine, sit back, reminisce. It's not all the end right now. So suck it up, Buttercup, and we'll see you guys going forward. Don't worry about why it dropped and all these kinds of things. There's going to be a million stories. Or, you know, like before when it was starting to backslide. Oh, it's Chinese New Year. It's this, it's that. You know what it is? Is honestly, when I got into Bitcoin, it was $200. Well, then it was almost 20,000. I can tell you why it drops. It's profit taking. You don't have to be a genius to see that. You have all these people that came in low, and as long as it's over $1,000, you're still going to have tons of profit taking. And there's nothing wrong with people taking a little off the top. And sure, the price is going to drop, but eventually it'll climb back up too. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it. But honestly, if you're watching this, stay focused on the technology. Learn about it. Maybe learn to code. Do something. Don't just speculate by means of money, but speculate on your education. Take time to learn something new. And don't worry about your financial status. The more you know, the more money will just come to you on its own in life. Anyways, have a good evening.